Imagine a fully seaworthy ship, sails set, cargo intact, drifting alone in the open ocean. No one on board, no struggle, no sign of a life lost at sea. That's the Mary Celeste. What happened to the 10 people who sailed her? Today we try to separate facts from fiction. Mary Celeste, 1872. On November 7, 1872, the brigantine Mary Celeste left New York for Genoa, loaded with industrial alcohol, about 1,100 barrels. On board, Captain Benjamin S. Briggs, his wife Sarah, their 2-year-old daughter Sophia, and the rest of the crew. Captain Benjamin Briggs was considered a serious and devout man, respected in the shipping community. He had invested his savings into part ownership of the Mary Celeste, and even brought his wife Sarah and young daughter Sophia along. Something unusual for long voyages, but a sign of his confidence in the ship's safety. For 2 weeks they fought bad weather. The log's last entry was made on November 25th, when the ship was reportedly near the Azores. 9 days later, on December 4th, another ship, the British brig Dei Gratia, sighted the Mary Celeste drifting at sea. Dei Gratia's captain sent a boarding party to investigate. The findings were puzzling. Mary Celeste was seaworthy, under partial sail. The cargo and most personal belongings were undisturbed, but there were several feet of water in the hold. The lifeboat was gone. The ship's compass and some navigation items were missing or damaged. Yet there were no signs of violence or struggle. The ship's log stopped on November 25th, 9 days before discovery. The Dei Gratia crew salved the Mary Celeste, sailed her to Gibraltar, and a court inquiry began. The salvagers were suspiciously interested in the reward, and early reporting and sensational newspapers turned the story into international sensation. The salvage hearing in Gibraltar became a media circus. Prosecutors suspected the Dei Gratia crew might have staged the whole thing, even committing murder to claim salvage rights. But after weeks of testimony, the evidence simply wasn't there. The Mary Celeste showed no damage consistent with boarding or violence. The judge, Frederick Solly Flood, did award salvage to the Dei Gratia crew, but reduced the payout, as if to acknowledge suspicion lingered without proof. That ambiguity helped cement the ship's reputation as a ghostly enigma. Over the last 150 years, dozens of explanations have been proposed. Let us run down the main ones and what makes them more or less likely. Some suggested the alcohol fumes made the crew fear an imminent explosion. They abandoned ship in the lifeboat and were lost. This explains the missing lifeboat, but not why the lifeboat, if used, never returned, nor why personal items remained. A credible modern theory. The crew thought the ship was taking on too much water. The sounding rod was found on deck, and a pump had been disassembled, possibly to clear a blockage. Captain Briggs may have ordered an evacuation as a precaution, intending to return or to wait out a storm in the longboat. An accident could have then claimed everyone. Mutiny or piracy was widely suspected early on, but the lack of theft and absence of blood or signs of struggle make this unlikely. Some say a waterspout or sudden wave could have swept people from deck or damaged the longboat. Possible, but again, there's no direct evidence. Hoax, insurance fraud, Dei Gratia involvement. The salvagers were rewarded for salvage, and suspicions rose. But the inquiry in Gibraltar found no proof of foul play. Arthur Conan Doyle and other writers popularized fanciful tales. Everything from sea monsters to revenge plots. Those make for great stories, but not great evidence. Beyond the mainstream explanations, there are stranger theories too. A seaquake or undersea earthquake could have rocked the ship violently, creating the illusion it was sinking. A rogue wave might have swept across the deck, prompting Briggs to abandon ship in panic. Some suggested the alcohol cargo wasn't just industrial. Maybe there was secret smuggling involved, and the crew fell victim to foul play tied to contraband. Though none of these are supported by strong evidence, they show how desperate investigators and storytellers became to explain the inexplicable. Today, with modern nautical knowledge, the most reasonable explanation blends human error and misfortune. Stormy seas and a clogged pump, a frightening sounding that suggested the ship was sinking, an orderly abandonment into the longboat, followed by tragedy. That reconciles why the ship looked seaworthy, but the people were gone. We'll never know for sure. No survivors, no confirmed trace of the longboat or bodies. The Mary Celeste remains a potent symbol, an ordinary merchant voyage turned permanent enigma. The mystery didn't end in 1872. The Mary Celeste continued sailing under new captains, and sailors soon whispered she was cursed. Finally, in 1885, she ran aground off Haiti in what turned out to be a deliberate insurance fraud scheme. Strangely enough, even in her destruction, the ship was tied to scandal. What do you believe happened aboard the Mary Celeste? Was it a natural disaster, a panicked evacuation, or something far more sinister? Part of why the Mary Celeste is remembered today isn't just the facts, but the fiction. In 1884, a young Arthur Conan Doyle, yes, the creator of Sherlock Holmes, published a sensationalized short story called J. Habakkuk Jeffson's Statements. He changed the ship's name to Mary Celeste and filled it with lurid details: bloodstains, slaughter, mysterious cargo. His story went viral for its time, and for decades many readers thought it was true. To this day, the false name Mary Celeste still pops up in books and films. So was it panic, bad luck, or something more sinister? The truth may never be known, but the Mary Celeste reminds us how fragile even the best plans at sea can be. What do you think? Was it a rational mistake that turned tragic, or could one of the stranger theories be true? Share your theories in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this dive into the unexplained, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more mysteries.